Ka-Shing's business wisdom and legendary story. Ka-Shing is a name that represents not only wealth but also commercial wisdom and an indomitable spirit of perseverance. From a poor immigrant youth to a global business magnate, Ka-Shing has earned the title of Superman. Part 1. Early Entrepreneurship, from Worker to Boss. In the 1940s, Ka-Shing moved to Hong Kong with his family. At 22, he founded Cheung Kong Plastic Factory and later discovered a huge market potential for plastic flowers in Hong Kong. He went to Italy to learn the production techniques for plastic flowers and successfully launched the products in the market. However, during the boom of the plastic flower business, quality control issues led to product returns and bank debts, plunging the company into trouble. After experiencing the ups and downs of the plastic flower business, Ka-Shing deeply realized the importance of integrity and made it the cornerstone of his business practices. His commitment to honest dealings not only earned him the trust of clients but also garnered the support of banks, allowing the company to weather the crisis and continue its growth. Additionally, Ka-Shing demonstrated his commercial acumen and innovative spirit by pioneering the plastic flower market in Hong Kong and later pivoting to plastic toys when he foresaw the limitations of the plastic flower market, successfully expanding into a broader market. Part 2. The Rise of a Real Estate Empire. In the early 1970s, despite a downturn in the Hong Kong real estate market, Ka-Shing seized the opportunity to acquire a large amount of land at low prices, establishing his dominance in the real estate industry. Cheung Kong Holdings went public in 1972, becoming one of Hong Kong's largest real estate developers. Ka-Shing is renowned for his precise market judgments and decisive decision-making abilities in the real estate sector. Here are key strategic periods and their returns. 1. 1970s. Economic turmoil and cheap land acquisition. During the 1970s, Hong Kong faced economic turmoil and a sluggish stock market. Ka-Shing took advantage of the low land prices during this period to make large-scale land and real estate acquisitions. His strategy was to be greedy when others are fearful, investing heavily during market downturns. These lands appreciated significantly during the economic recovery of the 1980s, rapidly boosting Cheung Kong Holdings to become one of Hong Kong's leading real estate developers. Returns. The lands purchased cheaply in the 1970s saw their value multiply in the 1980s economic boom, providing substantial returns and establishing Ka-Shing's position in the Hong Kong real estate market. 2. 1980s. Boom in Hong Kong's real estate market. During the 1980s, Hong Kong's economy grew rapidly, and the real estate market flourished. Ka-Shing expanded his reach by acquiring Hutchison Whampoa, further broadening his footprint in real estate, ports, and infrastructure. Returns. Acquiring Hutchison Whampoa provided Ka-Shing with high-quality real estate assets and diversified holdings, enhancing his real estate empire's scale and allowing entry into new business areas, reducing dependence on a single market. 3. 1997 Asian financial crisis. The 1997 Asian financial crisis led to a sharp decline in Hong Kong's real estate market. Ka-Shing anticipated the crisis and preemptively sold some high-value real estate assets to lock in profits and reduce his exposure. Returns. By securing profits before the crisis, Ka-Shing's businesses experienced relatively minor losses. He adjusted his investment strategy during the crisis, retaining liquidity for future market recovery. Ka-Shing's strategy in mainland China's real estate market further illustrates his keen market sense and strategic vision. 1. Late 1980s to early 1990s. Early entry. Ka-Shing began focusing on mainland China in the late 1980s and entered the real estate sector in the early 1990s through Cheung Kong Holdings and Hutchison Whampoa, undertaking large-scale projects in cities like Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. Investments. Shanghai developed several high-end residential and commercial projects, such as Huahai Plaza in Pudong. Guangzhou developed landmark buildings like Tianhui Tower. Shenzhen invested in multiple residential and commercial projects. Returns. These early projects yielded substantial returns amidst rapid economic growth and urbanization in mainland China, with soaring land and property prices enhancing capital value. 2. 2000s. Continued expansion and investment. In the 2000s, with mainland China's real estate market booming, Ka-Shing continued to invest heavily, expanding in first-tier cities and entering second-tier cities. Investments. Expansion. increased development in high-end residential and commercial properties in first-tier cities. Second-tier cities, invested in cities like Chengdu and Nanjing. Returns, the projects continued to perform well, generating significant sales and rental income due to strong demand for high-end properties. 3. 2010s. Gradual withdrawal from mainland China as regulatory measures on mainland China's real estate market tightened and Li Ka-Shing sought to diversify globally. He began reducing his investments in the mainland. Investment adjustments, asset sales, gradually sold mainland. Global expansion, increased investments in Europe and North America, particularly in infrastructure and utilities. Returns, by selling mainland assets, Li Ka-Shing realized considerable returns on long-term investments and strategically positioned his portfolio for global opportunities. Part 3. Diversified strategy and global expansion. Li Ka-Shing not only achieved tremendous success in Hong Kong's real estate market but also actively expanded his global real estate footprint. Through Hutchison Whampoa and Cheung Kong Holdings, he acquired premium real estate assets worldwide, including properties in London and energy assets in Canada. His global expansion was not limited to real estate. It also encompassed ports, telecommunications, and energy sectors, with Watsons becoming one of the world's largest health and beauty retailers and Hutchison Telecom establishing a strong presence in multiple regions. This diversification provided his conglomerate with resilience against risks. In the 2000s, Li Ka-Shing pursued international markets, particularly in Europe and North America. His acquisitions included valuable real estate and infrastructure assets like water utilities and energy sectors in the UK. This approach not only mitigated risks but also generated consistent cash flow for the company. By diversifying globally, Li Ka-Shing reduced reliance on the Hong Kong market and capitalized on global economic growth. Li Ka-Shing's diversified and global strategies contributed significantly to his wealth and success. Diversification allowed him to maintain stable returns across different economic cycles. His investments across various industries and regions effectively mitigated risks. The global strategy enabled him to capture opportunities worldwide, particularly in developed markets, ensuring long-term stable cash flow. The 2015 restructuring of Cheung Kong Holdings and Hutchison Whampoa into Cheung Kong Group and Cheung Kong Infrastructure Group optimized operational efficiency and transparency, enhancing company valuations and reflecting its diversified business model. Li Ka-Shing's strategic responses to market fluctuations demonstrated his deep understanding of market dynamics and foresight. His success stems from seizing market opportunities and managing risks through a diversified investment approach. His commercial strategies, including joint ventures, business restructuring, and asset securitization, have maintained stability and growth in his business empire amid market volatility. Part 4. Emphasis on feng shui and collaboration. In business decisions, Li Ka-Shing does not forget traditional wisdom. He pays attention to feng shui considerations in site selection and layout. This combination of modern business acumen and traditional culture has allowed him to thrive in the business world. At the age of 30, Li Ka-Shing met Chen Lang, who told him, "You, Li Ka-Shing, are different from others. Your wealth is not level but overflowing. This is the first time I've seen such a situation. You will definitely be extraordinary in the future, and you might become the richest person in Hong Kong." Li Ka-Shing later hired him as a consultant, and Chen Lang became well known. It is said that Li Ka-Shing would consult him for major decisions. When Chen Lang was still middle-aged, he mentioned that he could not help but reveal heavenly secrets throughout his life and that he would face divine punishment before he died. In his later years, Chen Lang was seriously ill, and Li Ka-Shing attached great importance to his treatment, sparing no expense. Unfortunately, despite undergoing 3 surgeries, Chen Lang continued to suffer and eventually passed away.